I'm Aubrey Marcus, CEO of Onnit, and I'm here with Dr. Dan Engle, MD, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about our T+ testosterone and performance supplement. So the idea in creating this was to create a natural testosterone booster that's not going to have long-term negative side effects, and in the short-term, immediate process is actually going to help you with your athletic performance, something that is one of the key reasons why we want testosterone, but perhaps not the only reason why we want testosterone. So if you wouldn't mind, Dr. Dan, tell us a little bit more about how this formula works and how it's going to interact with your body long term.
Well, it helps the body produce its own optimum state of testosterone. It's not like taking an extra testosterone supplement in a hormone form. You've got ingredients that boost the body's natural production, that limits the conversion once that's produced of estrogen to form. You block that support so the testosterone keeps its amount risen.
And we've all seen what happens when you don't block the estrogen.
Right.
You get some interesting shapes on the man pectoral region that are not exactly attractive and not part of what you're looking for.
No.
For that ripped gym physique with nice little fatty deposits around the nipples.
Right.
So
Not
you want to
ideal.
make sure you block the estrogen, which is one of the key factors we put in our testosterone formula.
Yeah. And then the third major component is you increase athletic performance with the T+ formula. So you've got more testosterone, less of the estrogen effect, and increased overall physical performance.
So tell me a little bit about some of the ingredients and how, the science of how they're actually working to increase testosterone and suppress estrogen. Some of the key ingredients in your mind. I know we got a lot in there, but...
So let's take that first complement of boosting the body's own testosterone support. That's going to be with Mucuna pruriens and long jack and nettle root. So Mucuna helps produce more testosterone in the body by actually supporting the dopamine system. So the dopamine gets enhanced. That has a secondary effect in producing more testosterone. Then you bring in long jack, which has natural testosterone boosting properties on its own. And then with the nettle root, you get less of the effect of what happens with some testosterone in the body when it's free form. It can bind to what's called sex hormone binding globulin. It's this globulin in the body that attaches on to free testosterone. So the nettle root actually binds to it so that it doesn't capture the testosterone, so you increase the production. Now it's more bioavailable.
Remember that, sex hormone binding globulin, and don't get excited. There's also, of course, the magnesium aspartic acid, which is kind of a new compound we've developed, and another thing that's shown, definitely some promise that we're really looking into doing some more study related to the, aspartic acid ability to upregulate testosterone production.
Yeah.
So then let's talk a little bit about the anti-estrogen ingredients as well.
So when testosterone is produced, sometimes the body will respond by shunting that extra testosterone over into estrogen. And you essentially want something that's going to come in and block that. It's called the aromatase enzyme that transfers testosterone to estrogen.
Red clover, red clover
Right.
isoflavones, and the luteolin.
Right. So your red clover is the main effect in blocking the aromatase enzyme, and the luteolin does the same thing in the body, shown in clinical trials to actually have that effect. When you bring those in together, you get a synergistic effect, and you can naturally see the testosterone get upregulated.
And then the final step, of course, being the, well, there's actually one more, the resveratrol in there. Is also responsible for a few mechanisms of action.
The resveratrol is interesting because it doesn't actually inhibit aromatase, that transfer from testosterone to estrogen. What resveratrol does is it actually binds to some of the estrogen receptors. So it has a secondary effect in buffering that estrogen-testosterone balance in favor of testosterone.
Excellent. And, on the performance side, beta-alanine is really an interesting supplement that I've played around with, and it gives you that tingle that's that the first time you try a beta-alanine supplement, you're going to be a little surprised. I mean, your body's going to feel almost electrical impulses, a little tingly, and really makes you want to get up and go, is kind of the experience that I've had. But what's happening from a scientific standpoint with that beta-alanine?
Well, beta-alanine is essentially like food for the muscles. It increases lean muscle mass, it increases muscular performance, and it increases the amount at which the muscles volumize their workload. So it's essentially giving a direct electrical cord and current into the whole muscular system.
Doesn't sound bad to me.
No.
We're really excited to bring this formula to you guys. It's something that is not going to create problems down the road. As Dr. Engle has said, it's something that's going to enhance your own body's ability to produce testosterone rather than adding additional, which is going to cause your body to compensate. Something that's safe and natural to use, and something that I really enjoy. And I know that in the first batch we had some complaints about taste. We listened to you, went back to the lab. This new version tastes great. I found myself picking it up just to drink because my mouth was parched, and I wouldn't have done that if it tasted bad. I promise you that. So a lot better taste in this. But hey guys, you're not drinking this because it's a delicious beverage. You're drinking this to boost testosterone. So if you really have a problem with it, just suck it up, man up, and get your testosterone and your performance supplements.
Get your work on.
Get your work on. Exactly. Thanks a lot. Aubrey Marcus here with Dr. Dan Engle. Take care.